Rest.
This is the loneliest thing I've ever done. It is 3:30 on a Saturday, a Memorial Day weekend, and I'm hanging out with three white men who also don't have shit to do. No, I mean because the podcast is going so well, it's in hot demand. That's what. Take it, Bobby.
Yeah, we should probably kill ourselves. Joining us today, we've got fresh off his Amazon Prime taping. You might know him if you've been to Scotty's Comedy Cove. It's Carl. And he's got a podcast. He's got some friends. He starts some beasts. He wears a mask. It's pink. We got Ski Mask. Take it away, Pat.
They both didn't say hi. I've never had two people never say hi. Like they both just sat there and said, "Yes, that's who we are." Like they both were at an AA meeting.
I was
Like,
kinda,
I'm not
yeah.
going to talk this week.
I was like, wait.
I'm not
all right.
sharing. I'm just here to hear stories.
I did it on purpose because you said you're not going to let any of us talk.
I
Right.
just said Carl.
That's what I had heard too.
See, Pat, you're very demanding sometimes. And
Yeah, sorry, I asked you to speak on a fucking podcast. I thought you'd at least say something like, "Hey, Bobby, we didn't know we got invited to a group suicide." That's how we started
That's
the
how we
fucking
started
show.
us off. My name is Carl, and I am an alcoholic.
Nice, Carl. Good job. I can tell. It's like, are you an alcoholic and like you used to drink and you quit, or just in a joke, or do you drink?
Well, I used to abuse alcohol, and it really wasn't fair to my friends. I mean, they'd come over to the house for a party, and I would like serve a hot rum toddy cold. I would do a tequila sunrise without grenadine. I used to put ice in beer. I mean, I would abuse alcohol. It was not cool to my friends.
Did you just do a bit?
Yeah.
Nice. Because it was structured quite well. No, I appreciate it, but I was like, holy shit, he's doing and I like how you did it in that beautiful way of you presented the premise, you did the joke, but for the three idiots that don't get it, you had to say it again, going, "I abuse alcohol."
Always on.
You gotta be. Why not? If you were always on, you wouldn't be a comic because your whole life people go, "Turn it off," and you're like, "There's no fucking off. Like this is what I am." You know what I mean? It's not your fault that there was already like a Rip Torn before you, and now you're him again.
Yeah, I didn't make up dad jokes. I'm just a dad. I got a few jokes.
There you go. Like my kids do that all the time. Whenever their friends are like, "Tell us a dad joke," and they tell one of my like stories that ends in horrific shit. I guess my dad joke. And Ski Mask, you're currently an alcoholic.
Yes, I am a full-blown alcoholic. I love to drink. I love to get drunk as fuck and play poker. Yes, I'm a complete degenerate, according to the media sources. Yes, that's what I am.
But I didn't know you played poker. We learned something new.
Yes, every time we go to the casino, Pat, I go to the tables.
You do disappear, but I thought it was a buy coke.
No, it's not. It's not buy coke. I know nobody in that region. It's just to go degenerately gamble. I don't know what it is. I love losing money. To me, it feels great. I don't care. Like I spent $300 on DraftKings last night. Do I care? I have no issue with it.
So it's not just
good.
card playing. Like you just like the thrill of gambling.
I just love to throw money away. I think it's fun to try to survive on the most minimalist like amount of money you possibly can, which is great because I have to move soon. So
You could just donate the money.
no, it's fun. You can't play games without having the money.
Yeah, but what if you win? You're not mad.
No, if I win, I just put it back into the system and then I lose it. It happens all the time.
You bet.
I lost $800 to Kevin Brennan in Atlantic City.
Yeah, but he didn't take the money, did he?
Of course he did. And then he gave $100 to a prostitute right in front of me just out of spite to be hilarious. He was like, "I don't want you to fuck me, but here's $100 I just won. I just got out of this guy for $800, but here's $100." I was just like, "Fuck." You could have just gave it to me. We could have put it in a machine.
Speaking of Kevin Brennan, I just thought of you guys because whenever I think of Kevin Brennan, I think of you guys. And I was listening to Joe Rogan this week, and Neil Brennan was on. And Neil Brennan, I enjoy Neil Brennan, and I almost posted something, but I was like, I'll get attacked by the people that follow Ski Mask because you like Kevin Brennan's brother.
You will get attacked because every time Kevin puts up a poll, definitely one of the options is Neil sucks. It's been like an ongoing thing he'll ask a random question like, "All right, who's going to win the NBA series?" and he'll put 3 teams, and then the fourth answer will be Neil sucks. So don't do that, because yes, you're right. You're completely right, Pat. You will get
And then
attacked.
Ski Mask bets on the fourth answer.
Of
That's
course,
why-
yeah. I make the worst bets every time. I lose. I like losing. I think it's fun. I really do, truthfully.
You like losing, or you like the thrill that you could lose?
I don't know. I don't know what it is, Pat. Like, I've been losing a lot of money lately, and I kind of like it. Like, I'm not mad. Like, I can still sleep at night after losing $1,000. I don't care. It's fine.
It's probably because you don't feel like you should have the money that you do have, and you feel like that you're. It's got to be a thing, a psychological thing, where you're kind of like, I don't deserve to have this, so I have to train wreck it because I'm trying and no one's letting me.
Right. It's almost like, like you can't go anywhere with the money. And so I kind of I like the aspect of, all right, I have $30 for 10 days that I have to survive on. And it's fun to try to make it work. It's truthfully, it is. And then to see all these different options you have, and whatever.
I'm trying
I
to
think
figure
it's
out how he's going to work this into a joke like Carl. I think the ending is going to be, so I'm thinking about getting married.
Yeah, I've got to survive. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna dress up like a fat black woman and have 6 kids.
Then I just get shot.
I'm so poor. I eat little. I take those things you buy at the post office and send letters that have pieces of chicken on it. I eat actual food stamps. That's what I do. It's like,
$30 is not enough to buy cocaine. He wasn't sneaking off to buy cocaine.
I
well,
was.
he can sell his body for cocaine, Carl.
I can.
Not thinking.
It's an exchange
I
program?
have a
Yes.
exquisite. I have a big piece.
It
Yeah, if
does
you guys
look
Is
wanna-
like-
cocaine wasted on you, Ski Mask? Your nose is exposed, right? It's
Yes.
There
I
is
have
an
to buy
entry point.
I have to buy a new mask every couple of weeks because I'll blow my nose out with cocaine. And yes, I order the new mask. They actually are on sale right now for $7 on Amazon. Don't get the wrong
Uh-huh.
one, people. Yeah,
The masks or cocaine?
the mask. I wish cocaine. I wish Amazon sold cocaine, Pat.
You
I
should
went
get a
to the
you
doctor.
should get a mask that's made with like a little straw at the nostril part, so you can do coke with the mask on, so people don't know you're doing coke.
That would be fantastic, except the cocaine would get stuck inside the straw. It'd be
I
always
like how you
gone.
think somebody would actually buy it and use it for the practical purpose of doing cocaine and not just have a silly mask. You're like, listen, Pat, it wouldn't work.
I'm not going to sell the people a bad product, Pat, okay? If it has the
Yeah,
ski
go get-
mask stamp, it is 100% real.
It
Yeah, go
is.
get your Jim
SkiMaskCollective.com.
Stansel sneakers. But
Go there now. Get your fucking flip flops. It's summer season, people. SkiMaskCollective.com. Get your fucking flops. I'm telling you, there's dicks on them. It says big piece. You don't have a big piece unless you're wearing the big piece flops, people, at the beach this summer. Okay, it's wild what's going to be happening out here. It's a white boy summer. Truthfully, it really is. We gotta
aren't
hit
you
the
afraid
beach.
that if someone wears the big piece, like clothing and stuff, it's going to become the new compensating, like a convertible or a giant truck, where it's like you're doing this because you don't have a big piece?
No, I'm not concerned about that at all, because if you wear the clothing, and me, Jim Stansel, Matt, me, we've all seen each other's pieces, we're able to wear the clothing items, because we know.
Right.
And if you have a small piece, we're going to call you out about it, and we're going to say, hey, pull your pants down. Let's see the size.
This is
And
going to
if
be
it's a small piece, sorry, I got to take your flops away.
This is going to be a real tough episode for the listeners because both of our guests sound like homosexuals. And
And
neither
you're not,
are.
Bobby. You're not. You
Neither
look like you're
are.
sucking off that
Neither are.
microphone. No, we're not gay.
No, I met Carl's family.
It is my 27th anniversary right now today.
Good for you.
Being a family?
How
Yeah.
is
No,
how's
white.
how's that going, Carl?
Good.
Okay. Just because
Well,
when
that's why I was texting you. Can we do it a little later? Because I was out with her, and then we're going to a cabin in Pennsylvania for the next 2 days. Because Memorial Day's a day off, so it's going good. It's going good.
That's awesome. I was at your Amazon taping, and
Thank you for coming.
Oh, it was awesome. It was very
Thanks, man.
unique. What was cool about it is it was a room full of comics, pretty much, but the
Yeah.
level of comics ranged from like open micers to
Yeah.
guys who are teaching the classes to local legends. Like clearly you've had a wide touch of the comedy community in New Jersey, which was really cool to see. You came out the gate swinging, but I was like, oh gosh, how's he gonna keep up this energy? And then the song just broke it up. It was great.
Yeah, the songs break it up. That's right.
They were short. They didn't like slow the energy down though, but they gave you a little timing. But
How many times have you been watching a comedian doing one of his guitar things, and he's going around to the chorus again, and it's like,
yeah,
oh,
it's a full 4-minute song. No, he
I
would just
do
hit
these little
3 lines.
snippets. I don't want to bore. I've been there. I'm not going to do that to you.
No, but the second half of your jokes were about your relationship with your wife. And as she was leaving, I heard her say, I feel like I should go up and give the rebuttal. So I thought it might have been an awkward car ride home. I was a little worried for you.
My wife's name is Sandy, but my comedy wife's name is Cynthia. And all the stuff I'm saying up there isn't really true. It's based on truth.
Spoiler alert. What the fuck, Carl?
Yeah, what the
I
fuck?
wish-
Way to
Not
break
true.
the fourth
And
wall.
I get permission to do it because it's not you, honey. It's not you.
Yeah, people can use fake names like Ski Mask. That's not his. I don't know if you know that's not his real name.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
it
say it all the
isn't?
time. My girlfriend got mad at me the other day because I tweeted something to a lady off the Ski Mask Collective account. And she goes, "What is this about?" I said, "Are you seriously mad about this?" I said, "It's a fucking podcast page. I can say whatever I want."
I think Jay-Z
Yeah, but you can't like
tried that.
ask her out and try to fuck her.
Well,
'cause
no,
you're
nothing
still
like
really
that.
you.
I was just commenting. I was just saying, "Hey, yeah, cool."
That was pretty much the Jay-Z defense too, when they were like, "Hey, weren't you a drug dealer and a criminal?" He was like, "No, that was Hova. Hova told you to do all that. I'm Jay-Z. This is cool."
That was also the Kobe Bryant defense. So, no, number 24 was the rapist.
Kobe Bryant defense
Eight
was
was
a fire
rapist.
extinguisher.
Yeah, whichever one, whatever the Tosh joke is that he does, it's so good.
I
But,
did- I knew the timing and everything. We talked
Yeah.
about it last episode how much we both like him.
Now I've been listening the whole time. I'm trying to think of what kind of gay ski mask voice is. Now, Carl, I'm sure you've been told that. I wouldn't say gay, but
Yeah,
gay's
no,
not an
it
accent.
happens all the time.
You're not born in gay Wisconsin, so it's
No.
not an accent. It's a flamboyant voice. It's a good performer's voice. I guess ski mask could have more of that aged queen. I'm just done with life. I don't want to fuck a guy, but like in John Mulaney's joke, I just want to sit here and feed my pigeons.
It was less how he said it, Pat, and more what he was saying, where he was like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, you know
right.
me, Stancil, and me. We've all seen each other's cocks, and if you wearing it and we don't think you
Okay.
have a big cock, we're gonna try to look at your cock."
Well, no, if you
Compensation.
buy the big piece flops on skimaskcollective.com, they're available right now. Like the point is, if we catch you wearing them, we're gonna have to make sure that you have a big piece. Otherwise, we're gonna have to take the flops away, and you get 100% money back guaranteed.
That wouldn't be my angle. My angle, if I see someone and they think they're supporting you, I walk over and they're like, "See, I got a big piece." No. You're telling people about my dick.
Yeah, a dick size is everything, Pat.
But that's what it is. When you're saying big piece, you're talking about your piece. So if some guy buys it, it's kind of like when someone buys a LeBron jersey. They're not saying they're LeBron. They're saying I like LeBron. They're saying I like Ski Mask's dick.
Well, that's fine. No. I mean, the whole joke, the premise of the
Not a
joke
joke.
is
They love it. They love it.
anybody can own the big piece flops, the big piece shirts, anything like that.
Okay,
It's just
Jesus.
if we see you in person wearing the merchandise from skimaskcollective.com,
Yes, you're gonna want to
we're
see their dick.
going to need to see the piece size. We
Prove
have
it.
to see size.
You're
hope-
not getting the compliment I'm giving you.
I know, Pat. I can't
Keep
take
going back
compliments
to your
from
sales pitch there. Your
Skimaskcollective.com.
and shit. But like you are the kiss of podcast. What I was saying was it's funnier that people are promoting your dick. They wouldn't want to show theirs. If they had a big piece, they'd have their own hashtag.
But
It's
what do you want
your
me to
dick
do?
they're wearing.
Do you? No, it's truly not, because it's just
It
small
is.
cocks and it just says big piece. You
Take
want me
a
to just lay down on
compliment.
the couch? First of all, Stancil takes 85% of the money that we make from the show, and I can lay down on the couch and take a picture of my piece and put it on a pair of flip flops because that's
Why does
marketing.
Stancil get 85% of the Ski Mask Collective show?
My question
Because if
too-
he leaves, I'm fucked.
It's based on talent.
I'm fucked. He
I
has
should've made that deal with
idea
Frank.
how funny he
Fuck.
is. He has no idea how funny he is. I beg him every time. Why don't you get on stage? Why don't you just do some fucking stand up?
He doesn't need
I
to.
don't want to. Like, what the fuck?
He doesn't need to. He's just a fucking personality.
He's hilarious.
But he's
can
just
go up
funny
there
as a
and
guy.
murder. Yeah, he's definitely funny. I don't want to lose him, so I definitely give him 85%.
He's not losing him. He loves this attention.
The only way you're gonna lose him is when he turns the car on in that garage and just
I
sits
know.
there all night.
Hopefully, my invite doesn't get lost in the mail.
I tried to kill myself that way, but I have a Prius.
Look at you and your bits. Goddamn bits. Always putting it in there.
If Ski Mask was Polish, he'd be Maski.
Well, too bad Stance was Polish.
Look, he wrote a bit during the bit.
I know.
Carl's the man.
That guy's hard work.
He was doing before the show. He was doing his WNBA thing, trying to set up one of his jokes, and I saw you didn't read it, and I was like, I'm gonna wonder how long it takes Pat to find out he loves Carl because he's just as funny as you. Carl,
No,
you don't know this.
I'm enjoying it, but I wasn't gonna allow that WNBA shit flying around here. Anyway. We got standards.
There's one thing we care about on the POS show: no WNBA.
Yeah. Well, no positive WNBA. I watch all those YouTube videos where they go, here's another reason why the WNBA is failing and the NBA is good. Like, there's constant videos you can watch.
I can break it down to one thing: the one WNBA player who can dunk consistently is locked up in Russia, and we're not doing anything about
Bobby,
it.
if you want
my
that
sister went to college with her. Actually, my sister
nice.
Baylor University.
Bobby, if you want that disproven real easily, there's so many videos on her playing, as they call regular men in basketball. It's just like some random guy, and that when they tried to on the spot show her just dunk, she couldn't just do it consistently.
Is there a video of her dunking balls in her mouth?
No, but she hates balls.
Oh.
There was this guy named Brian Scalabrine.
Yeah.
Who played for the Celtics. He was like not known well, but
he was known. He was a Boston hero. He's like the Rudy of the Boston bench.
Right, but like people started making fun of him outside of the Boston community because he didn't get a lot of playing time, all that stuff.
And he looked like Michael Rappaport.
So one day he was just like, I'll be at this park if any of you guys want to play one-on-one. And he just schooled like 30 straight people who showed up to be like, look, there's levels to this. Yes, I sit the bench in the NBA because I'm one of the 90 best basketball players in the world. Like, I am way better than this at you.
There's 30 dummies in the world. Like, you don't realize that even the worst NBA guy's better than you at basketball.
Well,
clearly,
ESPN tried to do that thing where they were trying. ESPN, like, this was at the peak of we're gonna curve cyberbullying, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you guys talk shit online. Let's see if you can back it up." And it was when some dude missed a 30-yard field goal, and they were like, "All right, you come out and hit a 30-yard field goal in the snow under these conditions," and like 10 people didn't. And what you didn't know is like 15 people did. They just didn't show that.
Yeah,
right.
Like somebody released the full tape.
Bobby,
it's
you're
not
actually
that hard
right
to
about
do.
that. It's almost like when they wanted Alabama to come, like Alabama College, of course, to come play the Browns because the Browns were so bad that they would smoke them.
Yeah,
like the Browns would completely demolish Alabama.
Yeah, the worst NFL players. They're a bad NFL team because they're not a cohesive unit against other professional people. Like
Right.
I'm not totally into sports as much anymore, but I love like sports podcasts. And JJ Redick has one of the best ones on YouTube now. He talks to other basketball players, stuff like that. And they talk about that kind, like they're talking to Zion, and they're talking about now how it's so different because as great as he was in high school and college, and now that he's going through the rehab and stuff, it's such a professional level. Like you used to be able to just go, not today, I'll do this. It's like now you forget because you're playing a game, but it's like, no, that's my boss. And if I don't do what he says, I'm fired. So there's a difference between like, you know what, you're going to get in trouble at school or you're going to be fired from your $1 million job. The level and the pressure that would have been on the Browns to destroy Alabama, to not make the NFL look like shit would have been crazy. And the level of injuries a walk-on redshirt freshman would have got by getting hit by a second string fucking linebacker who's 33 years old and trying to save his job in life. They would have decapitated people.
Right. There's a reason there's a draft. They draft the best players, the most strongest players. I mean, all those boys, if you go and look at any of those guys' hands who play for a team, they're like twice as big as your hands. These are massive.
And they're pieces, too.
Yeah, big pieces. Like these guys are swinging hog. I'm telling you.
If they wanted to get a shirt to say about their piece, where would they get it, Ski Mask? If they wanted, the NFL players need a big piece.
Escalante.com. Get Big Piece T-shirt right now. It's available. I'm telling you right now. It's on sale right now. You can literally type in promo code Big Piece, question mark, all caps, and you can get a 15% discount right now.
This
It's
is kinda-
only more available for one more week. So
This is kind
Now-
of awkward because Carl and I have started our own little charity to try to lead to nuclear disarmament, and we're selling shirts that say "Big Peace," but it's PEAC.
Nice.
Right. We're a 4 big piece, and we're mad about it. Now, look,
For
guys,
big
I'm not
piece.
bragging or anything. I'm not saying that I could play in the NBA, okay?
Yeah,
but
well, let me get the drums ready. Hold on.
in the NBA, I could absolutely sit the bench in the NBA. Every game, I would consistently sit my ass there.
But
I'll be here all week.
no, I'll stop the podcast by an hour. What do you have there?
Hey.
What do you have?
What's this?
oh, those are just some wild things that are available on skimaskcollective.com.
Wow.
In the 80s,
Selection.com.
these toy companies would make toys, and then they would go to the stores and be like, "Hey, we need you," or to the networks and be like, "Hey, we need the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to become a cartoon." I feel like that's your podcast, Ski. You come up with the merch idea.
Is that why you don't come on anymore? Is that why you trash everybody that likes you?
I don't trash everybody that likes me. Just some.
You've been trashing people lately, and I've been wanting to get down to the nitty gritty on it.
No nitty nor gritty on this one. Have him on your show for the nitty and gritty.
I'm trying to book him. He won't do the show. I'm tired of. I want to get down to the nitty and the gritty.
because you're gonna be mean.
I'm not gonna be mean.
You're gonna bring other people on to troll him like a weird fucking.
Why would I troll Bobby? I love Bobby. Every time me and him get together, we talk. We're friends. I just want to know why he's being such a fucking asshole lately to everybody. Truthfully, I do.
No, but the way you sold that was beautiful. We're friends. I love him. I just want to know why
The
he's
donkey of comedy.
I trust me. I've been an asshole to people before, and I've
What?
been called out about it.
No,
Isn't it crazy, Pat?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I got more feedback from people thought I was lying because I said you're a good guy the other day. They're like, what? What do you owe him? I'm like, nothing. He's
You
a
just
good
say that for on air.
Pat, you know me as an actual person, so
I know. And I even apologized to me. I remember Bobby. I apologized. I said, I hope he doesn't get mad at me. But he's
saying this, yeah.
he's one of the nicest guys there is. Like, whenever he thinks I'm down the dumps, he'll just check in. None of you fuckers do that. He's a great guy.
I do text you. I'm like, I'll read your face.
I'm like, I don't want to ruin his
dude,
rep,
what's
but he's a
going on?
wonderful man.
Big piece too. So
But Bobby, you should go on his podcast and knit and grit.
yeah, we
I'm
should
busy
knit
that
and grit.
day. My bad.
Oh wow! See now he's pulling his little shenanigans again. He's got a nice trim beard. Bobby is a nice guy though. He did when I first came up here. He let me stay in his hotel room. I showered. I washed my balls in the shower.
We got it. You showered.
Yeah. Not like I'm not just getting in the shower.
Just the balls. You get the rest of your body dry.
No, to be honest with you, Ski, I've been busy. That's really the main reason. I was gonna do it the one day I got sick, but I've been doing a lot of comedy lately, and then the Davey Max
Dude, I'm
Sports
super proud
program's
of you,
back,
man. I'm really proud of you for that.
and I've been doing that. So it's not that I'm ducking you. I've just been busy. And
Okay.
let's be honest, if we're gonna break down drama, it's gonna happen either on the POS show or the dump. And we've tried to stay drama free here on the POS show, so it's probably gonna be the dump.
Well, invite me in. I'll come in. I'll take off work because I got a real job. Hashtag real job.
Ooh.
Nice. Hashtag real job. Who doesn't have a real job? Bobby has a real job.
Oh, does he? What does he do?
He works at fucking
Compound.
compound.
For how many? What, 4 or 5 hours a day, and then goes to his hotel room that they
It
pay for?
goes to his other
Being
job.
paid is being paid. It's a job.
No, I mean, I met compound 4 or 5 hours, and then now I actually have an apartment.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
then
good for you. Congrats. Yeah.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
No,
like search,
I truly mean that, Bobby. I truly do mean that.
He has a hashtag real. He has a hashtag 2 jobs.
and it's nice to have a little time to
Dick's-
rest before I go do
Dick's
comedy.
Sporting Good.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. Does that
That's a
count?
real fucking job.
It's really
is.
a job.
And it's the best source of my material. Let's be honest. Those are the only jokes that work last
That's
night.
yours. That store should be wall to wall jock straps. That is a legitimate Dick's Sporting Good.
You ever ordered a
I
jock strap?
was
extra
waiting for
crispy?
someone to laugh. You're doing great. I
You're
like. I
killing it,
like
Carl.
the.
You're
I
killing
like
it.
the. I didn't know how this was going to work with Ski Mask and Carl, but I think you two should have your own podcast where there's like an angry man in front of his house, and then the neighbor, you're like Wilson, the neighbor, who's just like, here's a wacky bit. And then as you tell your wacky bit, Ski Mask blows his head off. Like, that's the sitcom.
I actually did have a neighbor that looks a lot like Carl. Sorry, excuse
Oh,
me.
yes.
That his real name Mark? Did we just
he
spoil it?
lived to that side. He rented a pod and he was moving out. My brother, he took a dump inside of a paper towel, and he had one of those mailbox things on the front of his door, so we just lopped it in there. And then we got a knock on the door at like 2:00 in the morning, and obviously it was us. I mean, we left trails of tears. And my mom beat the shit out of us, and that's.
I remember that. I was pissed.
Yeah, right, exactly. So when your dog ran up to lick the log, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, well, he passed away. I really rather not talk about my dog.
Okay.
He was very
Dead.
This will
Dogs
be for
and
the
logs.
podcast.
Dogs and logs, they can leave you down in the dump sometimes.
Dogs and logs. Dogs make logs.
Look how hard he's working. He's making his own mask.
Carl's the man. God.
Amazon.com, $7. You don't even really have to.
Well, Carl's selling those for $5.
Well, it looks like
homemade.
he might be
These
burning
are
a
homemade.
cross with those.
This was not.
He's
in
the
effect.
only guy in the world who could say, yeah, you look like my neighbor, and then tell the most horrific story about how he got beaten by his mom, and then still get mad at Carl for it.
Well, yeah, it just looks like Carl's about to let a cross on fire. Like I just.
Wait, is that your glasses? Oh, wow, you're really doing it.
Carl's
Well,
playing
you
the
know, I
game.
gotta
He
see
comes
through
to
this
win.
mask, and everything.
You don't have to do it.
Don't worry,
You
most
look like a
people only
Klan
listen
member and a
audio.
librarian.
Yeah, I gotta pick up my hood and robe from the dry cleaners later. Carl, if you want to come, I'll pick
I'm
you up.
Grand Wizard. I'm not just a member.
Oh man, how would the Klan members be if your voice came out of that? Oh, I'm the Grand Wizard. Like, ah, fuck.
It'd be like, I love the blacks.
You just see their piece.
Believe
No,
it or
yeah, I'm
not,
gonna go over here now.
on this week's episode of Forgotten History, one man converted more members of the Klan than anyone else. It was Grand Wizard Carl. His homosexuality drove them back.
Yeah, Carl, how many penises are in your mouth?
What at one time, you see, everyone thinks you can get a lot, but you got to think of people's hips. Okay, it doesn't just. If I just had the dicks, 5, 6, I don't know.
Yeah, severed dicks. We're going severed dicks. How many? I do like that you made it into an SAT question.
Look,
Carl's at a
sent
party
me
with
a
5
book.
guys.
Look at that,
5
Bob.
guys want to fuck his mouth. How
That's
many
it,
hips can
people.
fit with cocks to get in Carl's mouth?
Listen, I'm totally not gay. You keep going there.
No, I did an SAT question. I didn't say
Why
you.
would you think? I mean, what? Why would you think?
Was that your
That
man?
sounds more gay than the first words you made.
That's ridiculous.
Now you're me.
Fuck
you. Don't do me.
I like Carl. Carl's a good egg. He can do some nice voices.
I can't wait to see him on Ski Mask in an hour.
He'll be on the show next week.
Look at the mic, you guys. You got the dicks to your face right now. Both
Not
of you.
yet. When the show's over.
That's how we celebrate. It's Memorial Day weekend. Give
Yeah,
me
I gotta have balls on my eyes, and I'm gonna have a dick down my nose, so I look like Squidward from SpongeBob.
They used to call that the Gonzo, and then Squidward became more famous, so they went with him.
Oh shit! I'm a little bit younger than you, boys.
Bobby, you got a story? We'll get out of the cock thing for a bit.
Yeah, let's get done with dicks.
So I was playing a game called Overwatch. I'm guessing no one's familiar.
No,
I've heard of it. I've never played it, but I've heard of it.
It's an online game. It's 6-on-6. You know, you play, and the heroes on your team. It's one team versus another, and it's all about capturing a center point. It's a pretty simple concept.
Like capture the flag, but like video game form?
Yeah, but it's like a square, and if your team's on it for enough time, it becomes yours. You know, if the other team's on it, it's contested, whatever. And the heroes are broken up. There's like tanks, so your job's to absorb damage and like, you know, take the brunt of everything. There's the like damage per second players, that's who gets the kills, and then there's the healers. So I was playing a healer, and we had one guy on our team who would keep like running well past the point to engage the other team. Be like, I need healing, I need healing, I need healing. I'd run up, heal him. He'd die like 10 seconds after I got there. And then he'd yell. I'd go back to the point. And this is like 4 in the morning last night. So I'm already tired and frustrated but can't sleep. And like halfway through, like it's 2 rounds. So after the first round, he messages everybody and goes, "You guys are gonna win this easily." And somebody from the other team was like, "Why?" And he said, "ARE healers suck."
ARE, not OUR.
Right. So it's ARE, like meaning hour, but he said R.
Right.
So I said hour with an asterisk. You fucking retard. Now, when you say something like that in the chat, it censors the first word after the first letter. So they saw F dots, stars. And then they just saw, instead of retard, they saw 6 dashes.
Oh, no.
So after the game, I got reported for racial intolerance.
Yeah.
Because it turns out that word is the same amount of letters as another word. And so I filed like an appeal. It was like, I didn't say
a
any
plural version of it, I guess, right?
No, not with an A.
Oh, well, I always forget about the other one.
Well, that actually came up because somebody was like, what was that word? And I was like, R.
The hardest of hard.
Well, that's what they took it as, but I meant like R dash. So I filed a report, and I am now back reinstated on Overwatch with full communicating because I did not commit a violation. That said, it feels like I definitely should still be suspended from chat for calling somebody a fucking retard. Like, it's bullying. You're not allowed to say that to somebody, but they just missed it. I'm like, nope. They reported him for the wrong thing. They're too dumb. This one's on you. So who's the piece in the shit in the story? Is it the 14-year-old who said I was bad at healing?
14?
I'm guessing. It's probably who's playing Overwatch at 4 a.m., right? Me and a bunch of 14-year-olds. Is it me for overreacting to a video game and calling somebody a fucking retard?
A 14-year-old retard.
Potentially. Is it whoever makes Overwatch for being like, nah, he didn't say anything racial, we'll let it go? Or is it somebody for reporting me for saying anything because free speech rules? Or is it Ski Mask for leaving during the middle of my story, despite how much he loves me and wants me to do his show? Carl, we'll kick it to you first.
Yeah, you just took my thing. I was going to say the POS was Ski Mask for leaving in the middle of your story. I guess it's the guy who said ARE, right? I mean, you can't criticize someone. Like when I was growing up in my, like when we were little, in our community, they would say stupid with a T, or they would say retard with a T. It's like, if you're going to call somebody stupid, you got to say, I'm with the POS is the 14-year-old who used ARE for OUR. Voted.
Comedian you and I both love, Carl, used to say, if you think a crossed has a T in it, you should
right.
stop doing crossed word puzzles, you retard.
This is a Gino reference.
Gino's the man.
He is a man.
Ski Mask, who's the piece of shit in the story?
First of all, I want to know what console you're playing on.
Computer.
Okay, so I play PS4, and I believe the video games are the last place that you're allowed to yell whatever you want. I was yelling the N-word moments before I hopped on here, like yelling it at somebody in the free-for-all on Modern Warfare. And I was getting into an argument with a guy between A and hard R. He was telling me there's a difference. I said, there's no difference. You're going to call me that? So the piece of shit in the story is the person who banned you from the video game.
Now,
wasn't it a computer though? Didn't someone free you?
So somebody reported me from
that's
game.
the
One
piece
of
of
those
shit.
other 11 people.
Okay.
But
because I fire up my video games, I put on the headphones, and I yell whatever I want. It's the last place on earth you can say whatever. They can't beat you up. Do they know where you live? No, they're gonna come knocking on my door. Try.
Well, I did kind of egg them on because after that,
you should hear me on the video games. You should play. Add me on PS4. Pill Farm.
they were like, oh man, take it easy. People take quick play games way too seriously. People are way too triggered. And I was like, no, I don't give a fuck about this game. I just love grammar. Learn our language or go home. MAGA 2024. And then I just spam the chat with that. So
me and my little brother, we'll get into a game, and as soon as we drop, we'll just be like, hey, any blacks in here? Any Blaxicans? What's going on? And we'll just ask questions. That's what happens. and then it automatically they just start yelling at us, and it makes it fun.
Now, do you do it appropriately if like for the era video game you're playing? For example, if it was like a World War II, would you be like, are there any Buffalo soldiers in here?
I will say some stuff like that. I will make references, especially when we're dropping out of the plane. Like every time we drop out of the airplane, the engine goes down. Oh fuck, the engine's going down. I wonder why? Because the fucking dumb Germans couldn't build it right.
It must have been a Malaysian flight. Pat, who's the piece of shit in the story? And we'll add me for doing such a poor job of steering the ship.
No, you did great. Before I give my answer, I have to ask one more question to Ski Mask the fucking answer there. So when you do say, are there any blacks in the here tonight, whatever, and if they all answer yes, do you just leave?
They don't answer. They just start yelling. That's how me and my brother know there's blacks in the room. We'll go, hey, are there any blacks in here? And they'll go, yeah, give whatever they're saying. And that's when we're like, all right, this is going to be a fun one. Let's stay.
I do feel like you may have drawn first blood. Right? Like, because it's like the same thing as if I walked into Pat's house and was like, is fucking Pat Oates here? It doesn't mean I'm going to fight Pat, but it certainly has the intention that I don't like him and I don't want him to be there, right?
I like Pat Oates. If I walked into his house, he'd be like, hey, is Pat Oates here? He needs to weed his lawn.
I've got these flip-flops for him. I've seen his penis in a
mowed
tube.
it. How dare you?
Did you mow? You got a mower now?
2 days ago.
Oh, fuck. Okay. My bad. Pat's lawn looks exquisite now. I can walk into his house without the weeds going everywhere and just staying in my car because I'm afraid.
Well, the day you came over, I didn't have
I've
gas
been over
in my
there
lawnmower.
5 times, Pat. 5 times.
It's like 3 times. You were drunk 2 of them.
But aren't you from Texas?
You don't know that.
Aren't you
I
supposed
did.
to
Only
come
once I've been drunk, actually.
I'm kidding. I didn't know that. But I think one time was in the winter, so snow. Anyway,
If someone else was driving.
He's from Texas, Pat. He just thinks that's grass. Boy, this he thinks snow is grass. Boy, this white grass is out of control, buddy. You need to mow this white grass.
I
It's
think
all
the
over
only
the road.
grass Ski Mask would like is white grass. Is there any black grass in this room?
Yeah, any black grass? Huh? All right, let's play.
All right, Bob. My answer, it's you.
Yeah.
On the why? The grammar shit. I mean, you know what you're dealing with. You've got morons yelling. Yes, someone reporting you but that's everyone reports everyone now. That's what it is. It was somebody's mom watching their kid play. You yelled retard. They fucking did that. I think
Pat,
it's funny.
Pat, I have to cut you off right there.
Ooh.
First of all, Bobby, what is the rating on the game that you were playing? Is it 17 plus?
I honestly don't know. I think it's E for everyone. It may be teen. let me Google that real quick.
Google that real quick.
Yeah, because if he said that, then there's a different thing.
That's when I yell at these kids. I was yelling at a kid last night. He was calling me a racist for saying the N-word. And I said, aren't you supposed to be 17 to play this game? And if not, go grab your mother so I can talk to her on the mic.
Listen, I'm not saying I'm not racist, but you shouldn't be here. You're not old enough to hear the N-word yet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was like, because they brought up the shit about the school shooting and all that stuff, and I was like, good, people got clapped. Who cares? We just say
that's not the best opinion.
I know, but Pat, the point
it's rated T for teen, so a 14-year-old would be okay.
Okay, all right.
But no, you're absolutely right, Pat, because it had nothing to do with the words, with the grammar. The point I wanted to get across was this guy was wrong, and I didn't like him. And it was
without a doubt. But I'm
behind
saying
it,
the argument you went into was one where it's like, I don't know, if it's like a cheap, like I'm smarter than you argument type thing. That's like your thing. We all understand what we're saying. We're all in the world of trying to type and do whatever. But like the simple fact that you're on a video game wanting to fight with people, it's very much the same way that our favorite guest we have, Mike O'Donnell, constantly gets banned from chess.com for talking shit to children while playing chess with them, and literally gets shut down by beating people at chess, but then also calling them pieces of shit, like yelling at 12-year-olds. So it's like, I get that you, as a comedian, you feel like you want to talk and do stuff. But I guess it's a tie, because it's also whoever the monitors or overlords of censorship of the game is, because the simple fact that they were like, whoa. Was this the N-word? And you're like, no. And you're like, well, let it go. Because if you're going to censor, it should also be retards, unless they have a way of looking it up. Like if they could look and see you were black, then they'd go, he can say the N-word maybe. But if they look and they look at the kid and they go, he looks like a retard, they have to let it go. You know what I mean? If you were right, if he's like, he's a bit downsy, so we got to let it go. He is being a fucking him right now, so we have to let it go.
Listen, do you really know Michael O'Donnell? Is Michael O'Donnell from Texas originally?
No.
It's a different guy. Okay.
Different guy. Mike O'Donnell acts like he's from Texas, but central Pennsylvania. Or as we call it,
acts like he's from Texas?
Pennsylvania. Yeah, like he loves guns.
Hell yeah.
Fast
That's
muscle
my
cars.
Mike O'Donnell.
Really? Is he like my age?
I got a gun right here.
Yes, I'm saying Steve
rifle.
is from Texas. He's acting like Texas right now.
I have an assault rifle. I paid. That's why I got into a conversation with my boss the other day. He goes, you know, we should just ban all assault rifles. I said, what is that going to do? It's just going to make it much easier for people to pay cash. He goes, what do you mean? I said, when I was 15 years old, I paid $200 cash for an SKS that shoots a 7.62 by 39, 5,000 rounds. I still got it right over there.
I do think one option we haven't explored in the guns issue is what if we legalize prostitution? And then all these angry people could spend their money on sex.
Have you been to Houston?
I'm
Go to
talking all
any
over.
massage
Like,
parlor.
make
They
it
line them
readily
up. They
available.
line them up.
I don't think the people that are shooting it's going to sound weird, have the balls to buy a hooker, even if it's legal.
Well, they don't know how to fuck. That's the problem. They're like, oh, I'm left all alone. Let me grab my mom's AK-47 and just go blast up a school AR-15. Ooh, fags.
Are you drinking a nip while this PSA is going on?
What if?
They don't know how to fuck. Get a gun. Good night, everybody.
Get a gun, people. Strap up. It's coming time. Strap up.
What if we added a slap on the wrist law, right? And if you got caught selling a gun illegally, but you had tried 3 times prior to get the guy to buy a hooker instead,
okay,
then you get just a slap on the wrist. Do you think that would
I
make
like
it more
I like your
effective?
style. I like your style. Yeah,
Your
you get
Honor,
slapped on the wrist
my
3
client.
times.
He
If you get
clearly
slapped on the
stated.
wrist 3 times, maybe you can get your hand going. You can actually come from that. And then when you get out of jail, you can actually buy a gun. It'd be fun.
He actually
Right?
stated, Your Honor.
Gun and fun rhyme.
They do rhyme. I don't know. They do. But
Gun's
Bobby,
fun.
last night I did a stag, and the
I
guy,
saw your picture. Yeah.
the father of it, because it was fun. It was fun. The guys were nice. The father of it was at a brewery in Newtown, also known for their lack of kids now. So the I didn't do that bit, but anyway,
Of course, I'm gonna laugh.
the whole ride up, I kept doing those kind of jokes to Dan Brown, and he's just like, "Hey, don't be you. you don't need."
When you
They
found
know.
out, were you guys like the Miami Dolphins? And when you found out it was only 14, you popped out some champagne because you were still number 1, or what's the deal
It's
here?
like, well, that I said to him, I said, "How bummed are you that you're out of the top 5 now?" Like, I think this one bumped you out of the top 5. And I told my daughter that. She goes, "They're definitely still top 3." Like, she didn't cry. She was like, "Come on, when you name them, they're great."
Why did
But
she
anyway-
know those numbers so well?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna name them right now, the one that just happened, right? I don't know about order, but the one that just happened, Columbine, Sandy Hook, right? Those are the 3.
I don't know, man.
If I told you just name 3 school
there's
shootings,
like 26 of them.
but if I said name,
Columbine would be
3,
definitely one.
you're gonna name those 3,
Sandy Hook, and then the
Sandy
one that
Hook
just
would
happened.
definitely be
and the one that just happened.
I
Yes.
would go to Virginia Tech is one that's
That's not a
It's
school
Columbine.
shooting, though. That's a college blasting. That's different.
Yeah, he had to pass the SATs to get it to shoot those people.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You did a stag? You did I never
Bobby,
did
that
a
was good.
stag. I did a doe. I'm not gay.
There it is. I was like, how's he gonna do this? How's he gonna
Knew it
do
was
this?
coming there.
How's he gonna do it? The buck stops here, sir. How dare you?
There was one where it was Amish kids.
No. Anyway, I'll do it with you. It's like-
Well, no wonder we didn't hear about it. No one cares.
No, dude, that was like strategic because they didn't even have phones.
Which one?
Some dude, like when I first moved to Pennsylvania, took out an Amish school, and like,
With a slingshot.
no, he wasn't Amish. He planned
Knew
ahead.
they
And was
weren't.
like, these fuckers won't be able to get help for a long time.
He put the die in Jebediah.
Boom!
Yeah,
Oh,
see?
God.
Like,
Pow!
I knew it was gonna happen. It's coming.
I was about to do it. If he's not doing it, I got it.
I just wish there was a way
People-
for Carl to do his patented mic flip via
If there's
Zoom.
if the
Yeah, I
guy's
don't
shooting,
have a
does he go
swing.
a hit and then Amish?
Oh, this is bad.
You brought this to
people
the
think that
table,
school
Bobby.
shootings- People think school shootings are like kind of new of our time or whatever. Do you remember that song called I Don't Like Mondays? It was by the Boomtown Rats. We're talking 1980.
Yeah.
And there were school shootings in the 70s. I don't know why people think that like Columbine was in the 90s. It's always been.
Right, but it wasn't advertised well and covered. The coverage wasn't there.
Right.
Kent State happened, right? The guy was in the tower. Again, that's a college, though, not a.
Right,
needs
that's
to
the
be-
problem. They're not cute. If they're not cute, no one cares.
And I feel like
Well,
there was some instigation. On
people
that
cared
college
about Kent
campus.
State.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying they didn't care, but you know what I mean. In the same kind of, they care, but it wasn't the same kind of outpouring. You
News
cared about it in a
coverage,
political
certainly.
sense more than you did about oh my God, my family hugged your kids more sense.
Yeah.
Didn't J. Edgar Hoover instigate that shooting?
He also
No,
invented the vacuum cleaner.
there. Wait a second. Maybe I'm mixing up. I was thinking of the one in which the guy was in the tower, but there was an incident at Kent State in which it wasn't the FBI, it was the state police.
Okay, I knew there was
Anyway.
some where there was something where they may have like almost like the Revolutionary War, where it was a cow farmer
In
that started
soldiers
the war.
and Nixon's coming for dead in Ohio. You're right. You're right.
Oh man, I brought that up just to ask Ski Mask a question, but then he left.
He has to
Where-
pee again.
I
Where did
know.
he go?
Go in the bathroom. You see the empty nips? He's
Carl,
has to
one
pee.
thing we talked about on here a couple times in the past is how J. Edgar Hoover justified his like extreme racism while being a closeted homosexual.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, we're in a time today in which that's put together in the same ball of wax, right? It's liberalism or something like that. But back in the day, being racist, you weren't really, it was just in our society, they were not part of, they weren't your neighbor, they weren't your coworker, right? They weren't at your college. So that wasn't associated with homosexuality. That was a whole different thing.
But
That's why.
I feel like Ski Mask is a modern day J. Edgar Hoover.
Uh-huh.
Right? You've heard some comments along the line where you might get his race stance, but at the same time being a closeted homosexual, how do you separate the two, Ski?
Listen, there's a lot of things going on out there in the world. I feel personally, people should, when they leave their house to go to work, leave your phone at home. When you get home, okay, you can use your phone then. If you need your phone for work, use it for work. Otherwise, if you want to get on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, use a laptop once you get home off your job. Social media presence is ruining everybody's fucking life. Everybody thinks they need to be somebody. Shut the fuck up and just go on about your life and do your job. Do your goddamn job so America can keep being America, frankly. It's my thought.
Sound advice.
Yeah.
I mean,
just-
it
well,
sounds
limit yourself.
like
That's all you
advice.
have to do. Limit. You got a gun.
I'm so glad we're virtual.
You and me
I have
both, Carl.
5,000 rounds. Have I ever thought about putting one in here to put it in somebody's head? No, absolutely fucking not.
I have thought.
A handgun would be
I'm
much
getting
more
my gun.
efficient.
It's an AK-47, baby boy.
What has this become?
It's become a terrorist video.
Yeah.
And a ski mask is a
Yeah, I
gun.
forgot.
That's a real
You're
thing
right.
that's
You're
happening.
actually right, Pax. I'm wearing the mask. Look, people just want to laugh. Come on, life's funny. Who cares?
I like how you made Carl leave. If Carl comes back with a water gun, I'm gonna be so fucking mad.
You're
If
not.
he
You're
comes
gonna
back
love
with-
every
dude,
second of
I
it.
swear to God, if he comes back with a water gun, that's hilarious.
He's gonna come back with a water gun.
Carl
This
is
guy has
good.
got props. He's ready to go. I do have one story, but we'll
I
let
would
Carl
like to
come
get to
back
that
first before I do
story,
it. Carl, or he's gonna come. What? Okay, we have to guess.
I
What's
can't
Carl?
find my gun. I'll be right back.
Oh, here it comes. Is he gonna be a water gun? Is he also gonna have a mask? If not a water gun, what's it gonna be?
I think he's also gonna have a mask because the glasses were off, so he's
He
looking
may-
for the
Yeah.
mask.
He may actually have a real gun. Like he may throw a curveball here, and it may just be like a real bigger gun than what Ski's got right there.
Or how
Maybe
about better? The two of them are so delusional that they start shooting at
the
each
wall.
other.
Yeah, that would be.
And
good.
don't-
His blow to
Oh,
laptop
mouse.
way.
Oh my god, it's
You are-
clicking. thing.
You are making me
That's-
nervous. I had a buddy in high school. We'd come.
Oh, but real quick, just to finish the beginning of my thought,
Oh,
and
I'm
then this
sorry,
all
yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
All I was saying is I went to a stag. I don't know what,
That's all you
I don't
got.
know what happened. But so when I got
couldn't
there, the
find it.
guy who was running it, the father said, "Hey," I said, "Is there anything we can't joke about? You always want to make sure at the stag, hey, let's be cool. Does anyone got some kind of, not that we do anything crazy, but any kind of diseases or
But that in particular, it's their thing that you're making
right? We're
entertainment
we're
for.
here
It's not
to
like
give
at a
them a
club
good
where
time.
you came to my show.
And this is also one of those stags where it was like, we're having this because we're not the kind of family and friends that want strippers and weird things. It's just a bunch of older guys and a couple kids. And actually some of them were like 17, 16, the younger brothers and stuff. Just make it fun. You know what I mean? There was food. The mom catered the thing at the brewery. So it was like meatballs, sausage and peppers, kielbasa and sauerkraut. It was a good time, free food, all that kind of shit, whatever. But I asked the dad quick and he just goes, just so you guys know, in case you have certain opinions you like to share, we are a very, very Second Amendment group. And I go, so I also believe in freedom of speech. And he just looks at me. I go, oh, I'm sorry. Is it the one where we can't be gay? And he goes, I think you'll be fine. And then Dan ended his set. Dan went up and goes, hey, thanks for listening. Pat said you guys like guns a lot. And then if you didn't like my set, you would just start shooting at me. So thanks for not doing that.
I'm a Third Amendments guy myself. I mean, no soldiers are quartering at this house.
Yeah.
Go
No
get
quarters.
the hotel.
We either won 16th or nothing. I told you.
I knew it, Pat. You're
This
right.
is a real gun.
The second you stood up, I said he's going to get a water gun. That motherfucker. Oh God, there's fire.
It's a
Why
real
is there
gun.
fire?
Nobody move.
What is
Get down
it?
on the ground
What is it?
now.
What is it?
Get down on the ground. This is a pedal choke. Get down on the ground.
Why is there fire?
I've never seen somebody
It's a real gun.
put so
Stand
much
back.
effort into a Zoom. This is awesome.
Bobby, you know what sucks? When one of us die, this will be the clips they play.
Carl killing it and us looking like
And it's funny because Pat Oates only lives like maybe 5 miles from me.
Yeah, so when you have to go hiding, Ski, come over here because Carl's gonna kill us with his fire gun.
I'm looking
I
for a
think
place
Ski
to
is
move.
protected. Ski is well protected.
Yes,
I
with his
protect
big
myself.
piece.
God, you're making me nervous, Ski.
See, that's a big piece.
But I'd go stay at a buddy's
Stop
house,
clicking it.
and his dad would be
Roger
hammered.
that.
You'd get to his house, his dad would
No
be
guns on
hammered.
your own. I'm sorry, Bobby, but do you bring out guns on your own show?
No. For that reason only.
No. Go ahead, Bobby. I'm sorry. I just
No,
wanted to
it's
know
all
if we were
good.
special.
My buddy in high school, you'd go over to his house and like spend the night. You get home after basketball, it'd be like 9 p.m. His dad'd be hammered just with his Desert Eagle on the table.
Big piece.
And he'd just
Nice.
point it at you and be like, one click and I could fucking blow you away.
Why?
And you'd be like, yo, Mr.
I've got
Figueroa, what's up?"
5,000 rounds in the bedroom.
And then, but no, that wasn't even the scary part. The scary part would then he'd be like, he'd forget he was holding the gun, and he'd be like gesturing with it. Then it would get to the point where he's like scratching his head with the gun, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna witness this dude blow his own brains out.
Yeah, and he's probably not going to be a good shot. He's just going to be all limpy and winky now.
So it's always good to make sure. Be like, hey, sir, can I check the piece out? And then you unglock it. Learn how to do that. And then you make sure that it's unloaded and be like, give it back to him. And say, all right, you can keep pointing at everybody.
And you sell the bullets on eBay.
But he
No,
would try
there's-
it, and then it would be like,
So you got to make $1.
No, if there's bullets in it, get the whole party out of there.
Aunt, I didn't even want you. I wanted Frank. I wanted Ariana. You were an accident. You were some that dripped down from your mom's asshole.
What is this whole quote? I don't know this.
That's what he would be
Yeah.
saying to his son, like pointing the gun at him. And you'd
Oh.
be like, oh, is he going to shoot him?
I was like, who's Ariana?
That was, I just probably should
From
have
the
said all their real
Huffington
names.
Post.
Yes.
Oh,
I thought it was
like
Greg.
Kevin Brennan. Imagine him and Kevin Brennan on the same show together.
I'm sure he'll be on there in 2 weeks. All right. So my story this week is actually a local story to my town. My town, Ansonia, Connecticut, is like a weird combination of a third world country and a shitty city, but it doesn't
Valley.
produce anything. They try to be they think it's a good community. It's just where everyone goes when they can't afford to live somewhere else. The newest thing the mayor has tried to do to become like modern and help people out in a gas crisis is that he has gotten a ton of electric scooters and put them downtown so you can rent them for $25 and then scoot around the town. There's 5 different areas. This has been available for 3 days. In 3 days' time, there has been more theft going on with these scooters, and they've been left all over the town. No one's returning them back where they go. In the Facebook group and in Sonia Community Forum, whatever, one lady just posted, "Hey, to the guy who found my credit card that I dropped in front of the sushi place, thanks for renting a scooter and nothing else. We found out who you are." The fire department has it. My next door neighbor, yesterday, my daughter came to visit me. She couldn't pull into the driveway because someone just left a scooter in the middle of my driveway. And I saw the next door neighbor, they're like shameless, but worse. One walked out, saw it, looked both ways, and brought the scooter into their house. Like, people are just stealing all these fucking electric scooters. I saw 4 kids, but they're on 2 scooters. It's not like a fucking like a moped. It's stand on it with a fuck, and it makes a shot.
There's an app you have to sign up to, and then it lets you drive it.
Right, and then it also backfires for some reason. So it sounds like gunshots are going off every time someone starts one, which we usually have gunshots here anyway. So usually in that Facebook group, every question always starts with, "What's that bang on Main Street?" And then someone goes, "You're racist," and someone else goes, "Gay," and it's like the whole thing becomes every time. And now it's
Your mom. Me
Is
and
it-
your mom.
yeah,
That's what that bang was.
Who is it? What's that bang? Now it's become the scooter bang hole theory. And I saw 4 gang members, right, one holding the other one, standing on a scooter together going down the street as I was taking a walk earlier. Who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it the mayor for thinking that this town can handle that, or even thinking that makes us cool? Scooters? How's that going to help out with your gas? You can't go to work or bring your family around on scooters. It just sounds like you're trying to be modern when you're not. Is it this town for going, we're pieces of shit, so we're going to have to steal these scooters, and we're going to have to leave them everywhere. We're going to have to abuse a thing the second it's nice. Or is it the people in the group who are all just complaining and ratting each other out with the scooters? Because every time they see someone, they're saying, "You're doing wrong. You're abusing your scooter privilege." It's fucking insane. Or is it me for paying attention to my local community group? Who's the piece of shit? Ski Mask, go first.
The piece of shit in the story, for my perspective, is exactly who you said. Whoever reported. Shut the fuck up. Mind your business.
Yeah,
they're
you
all
gotta
over
say
the place.
O-U-R, not A-R-E.
Yeah. But Ski Mask, they're like cockroaches. There's scooters all over the town. They're laying.
I know. This is the same way in Bridgeport. I ride them all the time.
You use them?
Yes, they're fun. You have to have an app on your phone.
How fast can you go?
The fastest you can go, I believe, is like 8 miles an hour. I drive like a grandma. So honestly,
Why are you on a scooter?
Sometimes I go down to Bridgeport and just ride around.
Well, for people who don't know Connecticut, Bridgeport is not a place you should just go to
Oh,
ride.
I go straight to Park Street. I love it. I see the blacks. They're fucking sitting out there hanging
You
out.
yell out, "Any blacks here?"
Oh, I don't yell nothing. I'm just saying, "Hey, you guys sell anything?" Before I go to buy my cocaine, I park in a. What I do is I park in a nice area, correct?
Trumbull.
And I take a scooter down to the blacks, and I buy my
Do you wear that
cocaine,
shirt?
and I scooter
Do
back.
you wear that shirt, Ski?
No, I wear the shirt for the show.
Yo,
I don't
Jimmy
know that he's
Buffett's
wearing
racist,
it.
yo.
What's
Yo,
that?
Jimmy Buffett's racist, yo.
I wear this for the show.
I do. I wear a
I like
regular
that you
shirt
put on
when
an
I'm out and
outfit.
about.
You don't wear it all the way.
I can't because the buttons are missing.
You don't wear it all the way. I do. I want a fashion show from you two. I want you two on E critiquing people on the red carpet. That's what I want. The
All
Ski
right.
Mask and Carl show. Yes, he's also not wearing his shirt all the way. You don't need to do all the bits.
He does. He does.
You have nice tits, Carl. There's I can see through. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
I don't know what's happening. For the people listening to the show,
Carl's
The second
Carl
time,
gave
I was trying to
everybody
find my
boners.
big piece shirt. I really want to find my big piece shirt to put it on for skimascollector.com. Go there now, folks, if you really want big piece merchandise. I'm telling you.
like, there's literally a section of Bridgeport that's known as Father Panic because your father panics when you go there. That's what
I
it's
know.
known as, the area.
I know exactly what part you're talking about.
I was telling other people. I know you know.
Oh, who are you telling?
I don't know the people listening. You going for your scooters?
Who's listening?
Scooters for the blacks, as you said.
Yeah, scooters are for the blacks. They don't know how to drive and they get DWIs.
Carl, who's the piece of shit in my story?
Scooters are not for the blacks. Have you seen Quadrophenia? Okay.
Is this the new debate? I'm on Team Scooters for the blacks. I'm on Team Scooters, not for the blacks.
I think the mayor's not the POS, even though
Okay.
$25 is a pretty hefty, fee. Like he was trying to help everybody out, I guess.
But how much did he spend on getting scooters? We have every other building is a fucking defunct, broken factory. Fix some one of those. They knocked down the projects near my house 6 years ago, and now it's just a field where geese hang out with a fence around it. They don't fix anything. So to pay for scooters is kind of fucking nuts.
Maybe he is a bit of a POS, but I was going to say the town for abusing, for stealing and leaving. And I don't know. I think it's the town. That's one man's opinion.
My daughter's like, Dad, I'll pay for it. You got to get a scooter. I'm like, you're never going to see me on a scooter. She goes, I want to see you on a fucking scooter.
What are the speeds of these scooters? They're not 8 miles per hour.
That's what he said. He said like 8.
That's ridiculous. What good is it?
You're not supposed to be flying around. You don't go in the streets. You're on the sidewalks.
To save on gas money, yeah, you're flying around.
No, they're saying that. It's for crackheads to be mobile.
Okay.
Truthfully.
Yeah. Bobby?
So I kind of respect the mayor for trying, because, like, what can you really do about gas prices? Other than, like, Pennsylvania eliminated their gas price. Like, they have an additional 10-cent state tax that they eliminated. But, like, other than that, locally, you can't really do anything. That said, it feels like he knows somebody in the scooter rental or mass production of scooter business.
Yeah.
Because why is that the route we went? Like, if you only can go 8 miles an hour, the city bikes they have in New York are a lot cheaper. They're not as loud. People are going to be less likely to steal them. They lock into nice, convenient areas. They're not all over the street.
How fast do they go?
As fast as you can pedal. The point being, you can pedal 8 miles an hour. Pat can run 8 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Like,
whenever I'm chasing those guys.
But you know what I'm saying? Right? Like, you can go that fast, not for a long period of time necessarily. I mean, you could probably do that in an hour.
Well, Bobby, I want to get back to your one point you made at the very beginning. So what the governor of Connecticut did to help eliminate gas is for a 3-month period is made all Connecticut transit buses free.
Okay.
So you take the bus. They're saying, hey, if you can't afford, you want to take city bus. Yeah. And they've actually moved the times back. So like the bus, it used to be the last bus that would run in certain areas was like 7 or 8 o'clock. They'll run till 11 o'clock at night now. And they've done it so you don't have to pay for it for at least a couple months till we get these prices down, and tried to help out that way. Wow. And he's also said there's not going to be much more increases on things. So if I was the mayor at a local level, and most towns have their own, like we have a thing, this area, Ansonia, Derby, Shelton, Seymour, it's known as the Valley. So there's a thing called Valley Transit.
I live here too.
Right. So you're in that area too. The Valley Transit thing, where there's these little buses that go around, and they usually help out people that are like, going through hard times.
Talking about,
right.
Like
every town has like a livery type thing. Why not make that free? Why not make that so like elderly and people like that or families can go back and forth and not have to do that? Yes, you still want to have Ubers. You don't want to do so much that you're hurting Uber and Lyft because people are trying to make money and have jobs. I understand that. So maybe that's why the scooter route. But to me, the scooter is only going to yell to kids or crazy people. Like, I can't imagine a family's like, let's go get 4 scooters. Not like that. That would be cool.
These are cool scooters.
Yeah. These are the ones you stand on.
Oh,
yeah.
Geez.
Segways?
So you can't even like deliver food on it or anything.
No, you can't use it for
like
anything.
What Carl was describing.
No.
Then,
it's
like,
literally
you could be like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna DoorDash as a job. I'll do this. I spend this much to rent it.
Like, remember the old Razor scooter, like the metal class?
Exactly
it's like that with a
now.
motor on it.
Oh yeah. The only way you could deliver food, right? You have a backpack. I don't.
Right. At that point, just walk, because then you're just gonna shake your fucking food up.
That's right. Unless it's tossed salad, then I think delivery.
That's a prison thing.
But let me say this: it's not the people snitching, because like at a certain point, that money's gonna come from somewhere, right? If all the scooters go missing in the town, your taxes are gonna go up. So like I get not snitching, but it's also like I'm not snitching, so I don't have to pay for this when all of these go missing. I want these people.
Or you don't listen. If a scooter's laying in your yard and a cop sees it, he can just go to your house and assume you did it. So it's kind of like, hey, I don't want to be caught.
This wasn't me. Yeah, exactly. That said, it's not the people for stealing it or fucking with the scooters either. You know why? If you don't, that's called gentrification. And all of a sudden, the property taxes go up. It becomes a nice area of town. It's like, you talk to some of my friends who grew up in the hood when they started seeing Starbucks show up.
What do you mean by the hood? What's the hood?
2nd Street in Harrisburg.
Okay. And what makes it the hood?
This from a guy who's wearing a hood.
Well, there's
That's a
government.
mask, you asshole.
There's
It's a
government-funded housing.
Okay.
Large
Section
project
8.
type buildings, yeah. And the lowest SES status.
He wants you
within
to
the
say
entire
black.
community, but it's really
Yeah.
not in Harrisburg as much. It's a diverse poor. But that said, when they would move in and they would see like a Starbucks show up down the street.
I thought Carl was gonna come back with blackface. I'm like, no, don't do that.
No,
bit.
Carl, no.
I'm wearing a hood.
He would shoot his gun out the window.
It's Obi, won't you blow me?
That's-
Sorry, go ahead.
No, just like
End it now. That's
you got to do what you got to do to fight, gentrification.
I just broke ski mask. I feel proud. Bobby, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
No, you were finishing up the hood thing.
I was just saying, like, you got to do what you got to do to fight gentrification. So, like,
So
it's
who's the
not-
piece of shit though? You didn't name.
Oh,
a piece
I
of-
said the piece of shit is the mayor.
Oh, 'cause
Still.
you were starting to say that, then you made some good points.
Oh,
for
my
what he
bad.
did, so I
Yeah,
wasn't
like I
sure.
get where he's coming from, but it like the fact that he chose these push scooters
Yeah,
is iffy.
and it caused a mess, right? It didn't do a good thing for the town.
it's been 3 days and it's been nothing but like every story and all over social media for that area at least. It's just a nightmare. Like the fire department has to keep going to get them, so they're spending money on people to go to get stuff out of places and everything.
It's all good. Give it 2 weeks till a homeless guy murders somebody with one, and then they'll all disappear.
At 8 miles per hour, I don't know who you're going to run down. That's
I'm
my
always-
toe.
There's so
Swinging
many
it like a
fat
battle
people in this
axe.
area. It'll be crazy. They can get them. So many girthy bitches. So, Bobby, you got anything else?
That's what I've got for this week, man.
I have other stories, but I think we did it, and I think Ski Mask is ready to go back to yelling at minorities in a video game. And I think
ready to go.
I think that Carl's ready to go start being Carl Top instead of Carrot Top with all his new props and everything. So,
Carl's the man.
so hey, Carl, thank you so much. Tell people where they can follow you, see you, all that stuff.
CarlSucks.com.
Is it SUCKS or is it SUX?
SUCKS. See, sucks.
Nice.
Carl, as I said at the beginning of
But
the
I'm
show,
not gay.
the house comedian at Scotty's. He's an MC.
I'll be there tonight.
Who? I was gonna say, are you gonna be there tonight?
Yes.
And
Uh-oh.
Ski Mask. He's taking his shirt off, showing us all.
By the way,
the
Carl,
prison tabs.
you're hilarious. But where can I see your stand up anywhere?
You can see me tonight at
No, like on YouTube.
Cove.
I live in Connecticut, so I won't be able to see where you are.
There's a channel. It's Carl _ on YouTube. You'll find. Go to CarlSucks.com. It's got all the links.
Awesome. I want to check it out. Thank you, sir. As Bobby said, I'm a fan of the comedy that you do, so I love it.
Grassy ass.
We
Nice.
didn't see as many of these, but Pat loves puns, Carl, and that's why
Ah.
I feel like.
Oh no.
your
So when you were
act in
doing that, I was
particular,
getting excited. Believe
yeah,
me.
is gonna be right up his alley. Ski, you got a little naked. What do we got going on?
Look, we got skimaskcollector.com. That's where you go for the shirts. Patreon.com/skimaskmedia. That's /skimaskmedia.
I am a patron, and it's constant content.
There's constantly being released. I'm telling you, folks. Look, if you want shit, if you don't like it, I don't care. Don't tell me about it. I really don't give a fuck. I'm just trying to be funny for myself. What I find funny, I put on. And Ray DeVito is coming out with a special on Wednesday. I'll be there. Teams or Tim will be there, and I'm bringing my girlfriend with me. So we're gonna be having a good time. So go to that, buy tickets, have fun.
Shout out to TJ, by the way. He's a patron of ours too, and he was just talking about how much we had Stevie Lou on, how much you love that episode. TJ's a very supportive, awesome guy. Ray's hilarious. Go
TJ's
see
the
him.
man.
Bobby, we got to get Ray on soon. I know you've talked to him. We got to get him on soon. Ray's
Yeah,
great.
I-
And what isn't Brennan opening that show?
Yeah, Brendan and Levy will be there opening for. Yeah,
Jesus.
exactly.
And I know DeVito's a great comic, so it doesn't matter. But what a fucking show!
yeah,
You're gonna go
exactly.
see that
Don't
show. You're
go
gonna
to
see
go
Bob
see it.
Levy, Kevin Brennan, then a special recorded. That's fucking
You
crazy.
want to come with us? So let me know.
At
I
the
will-
end, it'll be Bob leaving.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey yo.
Pat, we're gonna mix it up this week. You tell the people what you got.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll do it since Ski Mask didn't. Ski Mask and I are going to be on a show together next weekend. He pushed
Oh
other
shit! I
shows,
forgot
but
about
he didn't
that.
push the one we're on together. We are doing a show for a guest that was on both of our Ski Mask and my show. Remember the Red Baron, Bobby,
How
was
could I
sadly
forget?
passed
Yeah.
away.
The
All
pizza?
talented rapper. And this is a big celebration of him. It's going to be rappers and comedians all there on the show. Ski's going to be on. I'm going to be on. It's going to be an awesome time. Great music, stuff like that. I'm sure Ski Mask will post some links. I'm going to post links. Just find us on social media. If you're in the Fairfield County area, let us know. Come out, support. The money all goes to his family and stuff like that. Dude was fucking not only a great rapper and a fucking just creative guy, but so supportive of comedy. It was crazy. Go back to our old episodes. You can see him. I'm just proud that we can help out. It's going to be fun. I mean, Ski are going to be on the show with a bunch of other people. So come on out and support, please.
I didn't know him as well as you, but he like you said, he did our podcast once. And anytime I posted anything podcast or comedy related, I got a comment from him. So cool. Or like, keep up the good work. You know what I mean? Like, just like you said, the most supportive guy. So if you're in that
and then
area,
the guy who came on with him, his DJ LOS, Lack of Sleep, he's the one that's putting all this together. So it's going to be fucking great and a good time. And it'll be fun.
Yeah, and even if you're not in the area, reach out. I'm sure there'll be a way you can donate. He was a good guy. Give back in the best way you can.
Yeah, there's some other funny comics too. This kid, Ski Mask University's got Ish Group that is so fucking funny. Great writer. He's gonna be on some other good comics. So it'll be a lot of fun. Do that. Make sure you come out to that. June 11th, I've got my show in Derby, Connecticut with the legend Johnny Rizzo. Come out and see that one. We got a bunch of other shows. Just follow me on the social media. Thank you guys so much for following us on YouTube. You're on the Patreon, all that fun stuff. And now, Bobby, you tell them shit.
This Sunday, I will also be doing a show with Ray DeVito and last week's guest, Stevie Lou, at the Brooklyn Comedy Club.
Stevie's
Should be
great.
A lot of fun. Yep, Stevie's great. Ray's great. It'll be a great show. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out our Patreon. Pat's doing a lot of stuff he won't tell you about, but a lot of fun new podcasts. One of my new favorite ones where he and another comedian really work out a premise. So maybe if you're interested in doing comedy or just curious about like a little bit of how things get teased out, it's a fun kind of insight into that, and you can see him create jokes in kind of a new, unique way. You know?
Yeah, the first 2 episodes came out really good. People seem to enjoy it. Jeff from Silk City said he loves it. The flow, they're both fighting. I don't know. Ski Mask is shadow boxing and also doing Down syndrome breakdancing. And then I think that Carl's jerking off ghosts. But either way,
shadow boxing him. I think Ski is in Rocky 4 mode because he was slurring his words, and now he's boxing. And then he's like, I don't know why you don't want to do my show.
You slurred your words last time you were on the stage. Hey-oh!
He's pretty winded right now.
You stink.
But the show is great. Jeff from Silk City said it's got a great flow to it. He can listen to it while he's working on shit like that. Then he put hashtag duck sauce, so who fucking knows afterward, but that was great. But either way, appreciate everybody. Listen, Carl, thank you so much for being on. Great meeting you, my friend.
Finish
Steven,
real quick?
it's a pleasure.
Wait.
Thanks for leaving
Thank
video
you,
games
Bobby.
for a minute to hang out with us. Go follow both of them, support them. Bobby, thank you so much. Taking time out of your Saturday.
No
And
problem.
Bobby,
And after you're done with this, let me finish my plug real quick. Check out the Davy Mac Sports program if you're into sports, or Obi-Wan Kenobi's new show was just released. Check out Yaddle Chattel. Eastside Dave's got a lot going on. It's a lot of fun there. And use promo code POS to save 15% when you head over to Silk City to show Jeff your support.
because he supports everybody, so support that dude.
For
man. He's
everybody. And if you can't beat him, join him. Nope, said that backwards. Got to start the whole podcast
like it.
over, Pat. Got to start the whole podcast over.
That's it. We're done.
Ski sober up. If you can't join him, beat him. And don't be a piece of shit.